now, I think the most important question that you're going to have to answer all night is, if you had come into Pine Madness, would you have been Team Popper or
this
Team
is
Magnum?
a great question. This is what we want. Go ahead.
This is what the people want to hear.
Yeah, I want to. Yes, of course, unless she doesn't say me, but go ahead.
Well, can I get another pitch?
Papa's popping and locking. Magnum scrutinizing. Papa Mag's Pinecast.
Welcome back, everyone, to episode 4 of Poppin' Mag's Pinecast. I can't believe we've been doing this for a couple of weeks already, Mags. How you doing over there?
I've been better, but I've been worse, so.
Well, that's good to hear.
Speaking of a couple weeks, you remember that AMA we had a couple weeks ago?
Oh, there was an AMA a couple weeks ago, wasn't there?
Right, where the community, no individual got an apology. It was a community apology for the Thetadrop domain debacle. But they had some big news that they announced on that. Do you remember what was that was?
Big, it's skirting my brain here. It's been a couple of weeks.
Your boy Mitch said something about that we will be able to move our NFTs off of Thetadrop.
Really?
Within a few weeks.
Oh, within a couple of weeks?
He said a few weeks, and I guess, is a few weeks 52 weeks? Because that's a year.
Few weeks is more than a couple of weeks, and it's been a couple of weeks, so...
A few weeks is not more than 2 weeks, though. 2 weeks would be, I think, the threshold for a few weeks. So if an employer said, hey, we're going to give you a small bonus, it's, how much is it going to be? Oh, it's going to be a couple of $100. It's going to be $200. It's going to be closer to 200 than it is going to be 900. If they say, "Hey, we're gonna launch something in a few weeks," then it's going to be more than 2, apparently.
Well, a couple of weeks, that would be 2, right? A couple is 2.
A couple, it takes 2 to tango, right?
A couple is 2. So I would say a few is more than a couple.
A few is more than 1, right? I would think
a few has to be more than 1.
Has to be more than 1, but could be 2.
A few, I've always had it as 1, a couple, a few, in that order.
Okay.
So, I guess we're close to it. It's been a few weeks too.
Right. I mean, it's almost we're getting close to 52 weeks.
Well, hopefully we get some news here pretty soon and we can move those NFTs. And speaking of NFTs that we can move, I saw you on the leaderboard here for the Resorts World auction, going in hard.
No, not on there. That's a joke. Magnum
man. Man, I saw you on there. Was that not you?
No, absolutely not.
It said T Fuel, please. That's not you.
No,
but seriously, what do you think about this? Do you think there's a value to these things being sold as NFTs?
No, there is no value to it. I mean, this is just, let's walk it back a bit. So we got Katy Perry 1, then we have Katy Perry 2, and then we have American Idol. Hopefully just the 1, and now we have this Resorts World. And do you know what those 3 drops have in common?
Tell me.
The things that they're advertising aren't even mentioning that they're involved on Thetadrop. I went on Resorts World, like I'm sure a bunch of people did. There wasn't a thing on their website about it. Nothing. And it's the same thing with Katy Perry, the same thing with American Idol. It's just fun in them. Kyle's probably going to get some presidential suite out of this or something. That's what's really happening with this.
What I don't get about
if they can't advertise it, then that means they're not invested in it. If they don't think it's beneficial for them, they're not going to invest in it.
Yeah, I don't quite understand why this giveaway, what is the difference between auctioning this off as an NFT versus just auctioning it off? I don't understand the difference. And what I also don't get is there's rules and regulations behind when and if you can book this thing. In my opinion, it should have just been we're auctioning off. This is a weekend in November. You get 2 nights here. You get a Katy Perry concert. You get a wine tasting. bam, it's all this weekend. Everyone knows, okay, I'm bidding on that weekend. They could have done like 4 or 5 different weekends, couple different shows, and done it like that. Instead, they do it like this. It's like, what guarantees do you have of getting the weekend, or even if you can get a weekend,
Well,
blackouts apply.
Blackouts apply, and management reserves all rights. You have no rights. Management reserves them all.
You have none. And
You
that
have none.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't understand it. They should have been right out front. Like, these are the restrictions. These are the dates you can't. These are are they just going to black out all Katy Perry concerts? Who knows? We don't know because they didn't say that. They didn't tell us, right? So
Right.
it's just there's a whole lot of unknown about this. It doesn't make sense to me.
Right. I'm really looking forward to the next one that they're doing. I heard they're getting in touch with Motel 7, and they're going to be introducing some sweet, sweet deals. The continental breakfast there.
Well, I hope they leave a light on for you. So
I hope so too.
So I was looking at Thetadrop Rarity earlier, and I was kind of scrolling through the customs, and I saw something that I didn't really notice before. 2 predators. And have you seen the 2 different predators?
Yes, I've seen the 2 different predators.
So I was looking at it, and the newest one, the one that was given to Mac, who completely deserved it, it's like, it almost looks like it's golden. You know what I mean? It's the bone. The original one had a bone necklace, and now in place is a golden bone necklace with bananas, and the actual pineapple itself seems to have turned either like silver or I don't know, but the whole thing has got some more gold in it. I'd heard something about like the Midas touch back in the day, and now a lot of talk about bananas. So you think this is something that we might be seeing more of in the future?
I think that's interesting. For example, there's the Dole Pool, the Deadpool pineapple version, and then James has that blue one, right, with the banana on it. I think it's just another variation. Like there's the Magnum pineapple who's got the really nice red shirt, and then there's the less cool dorky Popper that has the whitish bluish shirt.
Yes, he does. And not a very nice smile either. He's grumpy.
He's grumpy, but he does have his fist up with blood, which is
well,
pretty
he's
sweet.
Badass. Yeah.
So, interesting enough that you're talking about customs. I also was checking out the boards, and I was looking at the customs and trying to differentiate the customs. There are 72 customs that have been minted that are not part of the first 200. You following that?
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
I pulled the last 4 minted. December 18th, 2021, Wolverapple.
Wow.
Minted, right?
That's going back that far?
Yes. December 19th, your boy Blue minted the day after. Then you're going to love this. February 13th, Acid, right?
Wow, yep.
And then the
last one was the child,
was
right?
the child on February 17th.
Wow.
So there has been no customs minted since February 17th.
That's pretty crazy.
That don't belong to the 200.
That's pretty crazy.
So
yeah. I mean, it does feel like it's been a while since we've seen new customs, right? That weren't given away. Obviously, you had all of the giveaways for Pine games, and then you had the SSS. Yeah, wow.
What do you think about that?
That's pretty wild, and it makes me, kind of wonder what's more rare, a Pine goo or a custom.
Well, speaking of that debate, I did post about this again, and retweeted and asked the question, and it came in a landslide. The customs are better. That was the majority's take. I don't have a fight in this.
Okay, well, how about just using your numbers? You said 72 minted, right? How many baby Pine goos have been minted?
I didn't check that out. 60 something maybe?
45.
45.
Right. So just mathematically, you were more likely to mint a custom than a Pine goo.
Mathematically, yes, but also mathematically, we don't know how many customs. 72. There's, I don't know what, 1,300 something maybe, 1,400 cans left to open. Which also, I believe, maybe, I don't know, some of them would include those 200.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know how that works.
Yeah, well, yeah, no, because they're not all opened. All the first 200 are not all open. So yeah,
Right.
that would be. But yeah, I mean, also mathematically, I'd rather have a custom than a pine goo.
I would say more work is put into
Yes,
the customs.
correct. And I mean, when you group a custom into a group of customs, there are more in the custom group than there are in the pine goo group. That's just what it is. But I mean,
Okay.
I think everyone would rather have a custom.
For sure. But it's funny. So I don't have the data. I wasn't prepared for a whole pine goo conversation, but I think I have some takes on this now. So
I'd love to hear them. I would love to hear them.
And I'd love to tell them. You've obviously looked at Thetadrop rarity. We've been talking.
I might be on it right now.
You'll notice that there is other pineapples ranked higher than some pine goos.
Yes, there are, but not higher than my pine goo.
Well, right. Also, if you go in A to Z, the last custom is Popper because he's 8884 out of 888.
Yeah, what a beautiful number.
Is your number 2, which is the number 1 non-custom, your pine goo.
Yeah, those two right next to each other really warms my heart.
There is 4 zombie skulls. I would argue that there's hands coming out of their freaking eye sockets.
There are 4.
There's only 4 of them. There's only 2 tiger prints, right?
Yeah,
For the blindfold. So I don't know how that. It just seems weird to me what they look at when they figure that out. But I'm not a math professor.
Yeah, no, I hear you. It's just it was a fun conversation. I remember having it back in the day, and people get riled up. Obviously everyone that has only a pine goo is going to fight that fight like mac and cheese. And everyone else is going to realize that they'd rather have a custom.
Right. But actually, now that you mentioned that, so when I posted that, I don't know if you saw James chimed in about that.
Yes.
And I don't know if he knew. He probably didn't know. He's got other things going on. But I had a post a while ago when I found that, as he mentioned, a specific
custom, a pine goo custom,
the Darth Pine Goo.
Yeah.
And we had a lively debate on Twitter about, is this a Deadpool Yoda, Baby Yoda, or is it a Sith?
A Darth Maul, yeah.
It looks like
it's been answered.
It's been answered, and looks like it's out in the wild somewhere.
And the answer is Darth Maul.
Well, there is a Darth Maul.
Darth Pine Goo.
Darth Paul. Yeah. There's Darth Paul, which is the Darth Maul.
And then Darth Pine Goo.
And then Darth Pine Goo. Right, which is
out in the wild somewhere. It makes me want to go get a can and open it up and open a floor.
If I had the T Fuel, I'd be all over it. The prices right now for T Fuel only is...
The price is not right. What, you're not excited about the Price is Right drop coming up?
Price is Right drop. No, I'm not.
Listen,
has Price is Right advertised that?
There are millions of faithful old watchers, we're talking 70s and above, of the Price is Right that are really interested in getting onto Thetadrop if they only would know about it.
That's not true. I show my mom how to use her phone every day, every time I see her. These faithful Price is Right watchers are going to figure out how to go online to this thing called Thetadrop, when 1, it's not even being advertised anywhere, and then 2, they're gonna have the foresight to understand what an NFT is, and then 3, they're gonna buy it. That's not gonna happen. Well, 4, they're gonna know to pre-fund it.
I'm not sure you're gonna have to pre-fund these ones. We'll see. We'll see. So I mentioned, I think it was this week, but I'm going to be going to ThetaCon. I'm looking forward to it.
I saw that. I saw your boy Wes. I think somebody tweeted a Discord snapshot of it.
Yeah, I saw his first, but I had just booked everything and I was about to post that, and then I saw his post and I was like, oh man, well I can't just pile on right now. So I waited a little while and then posted it.
What, like 5 minutes?
No, it was later that day. Like that night.
Well,
maybe the next day.
Yours is the first one I saw because me and Wes aren't really on speaking terms for some reason.
He's responded to more Twitter posts with you attached in them than me.
That's true. Only if there's a song attached to it.
Well, yeah, there has to be a song.
So are you going to be running the apology booth for me?
Dude,
down there?
I'll have an extra seat out there for you. Yeah, I'm gonna bring a table and 2 chairs. And if you don't show up, I'm just gonna put a pineapple in the seat next to me. I'm gonna charge people $10 and an apology to get in the door. See how long I can sit out there.
You probably won't get much.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, well, enjoy it. Have fun. Make sure you pack some sunscreen. Enjoy it.
Do pineapples wear sunscreen though? I don't
Are
know.
you a pineapple?
I am. You can't tell?
Right.
Aren't you a pineapple?
I'm a pineapple, but I'm inside right now.
I thought so. Me
Yeah,
too. And I plan on being inside down there.
When I go outside, I burn like a human, though.
All right, Mags. Well, that was fun. Tune in, guys. We're gonna go to a word from our sponsors here, and we'll be right back with our special guest, Gooft.
This week's episode is brought to you by Hamilton Drumsticks, specially crafted for left-handed drummers, and Magnum's Moon Pies, the perfect snack for Moon Mondays on Theta.tv.
Papa Max, yeah. Papa Max. Papa Max Podcast. Papa Max Podcast.
Our next guest, which is also our first guest. You may know her from Gooft at Theta.tv and Twitter at Gooft with the _. If you don't know who I'm talking about, it's Gooft.
Hello.
Gooft, do you hear us?
I hear you loud and clear.
It's much documented that you are a teacher, right? A high school teacher?
Yes, that's correct.
I don't know if it's documented. I think it's just known. I'm not documenting anything.
I
But-
kind of documented it.
Oh, you have?
I've shared some things, yeah, here and there.
So I was thinking school related. I'd like to get your take on something if I could, if that's all right.
That's fine.
That's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
So just like in this world, there's another world, and it's just fruit. There is no humans. Everyone is fruit.
Okay.
Okay. So there's 2 women. Sally, who's a grape, and she has one son, Matthew. It's her only kid. There's another woman with the name Hannah. She's a blueberry. She's married to a raspberry. Hannah has 3 kids. Stop me if you heard this one.
I have not.
Hannah has 3 kids, and one of her sons is Alex. Alex is friends with Matthew. They are best friends who are in the same grade. Hannah is a teacher at the school, the same school that the boys go to. One day, Principal Pineapple, who happens to be a pineapple, it was a family name, he catches the 2 kids flushing fireworks down the toilet. The water gets up. They have to close school early. They have to send the kids home. Following?
Mhm. Yes.
It's a tale as old as time.
Mm-hmm.
So the 2 mothers come in, Hannah and Sally. Hannah works there, so it was easy commute for her. They come in, they meet with the principal. The Principal Pineapple says, "Hey, ladies, we have to expel both of your kids." Sally is so upset. She says that Alex is just such a bad friend. He's no good. He's rotten. He's trouble. He should not be hanging out with her precious Matthew, right?
Got it.
Well, that's what she calls him. That's how she knows him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cute little nickname.
Right. She says, "Is there anything we can do?" And Principal Pineapple says, "Oh, you know what? Alex wasn't involved in this at all. It was Shane, the banana.
Shane.
The mom who's complaining that their son's a bad influence, he wasn't even involved in it, right? You're following.
Right.
Okay. So anyways, Mrs. Hannah Bluff Shuttle, it's a common name in the fruit community. She looks back at Sally and says, "I'm so sorry, Hannah. I didn't mean that about Alex." Sally asked Principal Pineapple if there's any way her son could get punished but not expelled. Hannah then looks to Principal Pineapple and says, "Steve, you were once a kid before. You've done dumb things, stupid things. Surely you've looked back and said you wish you haven't done these things. Is there anything we could do to not expel Matt?" Principal Pineapple says, "You're right. I was young and stupid too once. And like the old saying goes, boysenberries will be boysenberries."
Was that all leading up to the boysenberries?
Yeah, the trick is to come up with the ending and then try to figure out how the hell you're going to get there.
You had me on the edge of my seat this entire time.
Oh my.
I'm sorry.
That's
about
great. That was great. I was over here trying to make sure I connected all the dots and remembered all the names, because I thought you were gonna ask me a question. I'm like, okay, gotta remember who's who. I was like, crap, who's mad again? Wait, the banana. Okay, Mr. Pineapple. Got that.
It was,
Oh, that's
Yeah.
great.
it was all smoke and mirrors. So
You came up
You
with that
got-
all by yourself?
no, I found this in an encyclopedia.
I was over here on mute, dying of laughter as soon as you started with that. I had no idea where you were going. It
Seriously?
was hilarious. Yes.
All right.
So anyway, we got Goofed with us, and I remember the first time that I kind of like somewhat met you was on the HGH stream where you got your streamer key.
Yeah, that was awesome.
What led up to that?
Well, I mean, I had just been in the community, talking in the chats, getting to know people. I love HGH's like community. They're all so amazing, and I just felt so welcome. And like I was very active on the Discord and everything like that. And then the opportunity arose to like send in a video. Maybe you'll get picked for a stream key. I have streaming experience. Like I streamed on Twitch for a little while. Like what year is it? 2022. Like math. 6 years ago. That math checks out. I'm an English teacher.
Who's the teacher? Okay.
English. Yeah, so I sent in a video explaining why I would like a stream key, how I would use it, and then it got picked, and the rest is history. Now I stream on Theta, and I mean, I wish I could have been streaming more, but I with the school year ending, it was just too much, and I coached softball, so that was a lot. But now I'm gonna jump into it really hard, so I'm excited.
Very cool. I was actually going to ask if you had like a regular time that you were on or regular things that you do on, because I've been on there a couple times. I know sometimes you do gaming and sometimes you watch the moon.
Yeah.
And everything in between.
Yeah, basically. So I think I just started off with gaming a bit more. That's kind of where my background was. I used to like put my gaming videos on YouTube, blah, blah, blah. Those are all removed. And so I started.
But literally, Goof, your background was the game.
My background was the game? Oh, yeah, it was. A funny story about that, because my little cousins, I don't know if you guys saw my tweet, but they have been blowing me up. And so I played with one of them. Well, I played with both of them. One of them a little bit longer last night. And both of them have been like coming to my Theta streams and watching what's going on. And they're like, how did you get like the video game behind you? Like, how do you do that? It was pretty cute. But
Caught the last game you played last night. You killed it.
Oh yeah, the dub.
There was one guy left. You just crushed it coming down that mountain. You. It was impressive, except you kept getting surprised because the heavy sniper only has one bullet.
Yes.
So you went for a shot and that one should have hit. I'm with you on that one. I don't know how that didn't register. Then she's lining up to shoot again and click.
Nothing's in there. Wouldn't you know? Yeah. It's because there's long breaks of me playing Fortnite, so I forget how the game mechanics work for a little while. So we ended with a dub. I do that all the time.
So do you have a regular schedule that you are on there streaming?
Right, that was your question. I'm sorry. I just...
I have to ask Magnum the same question three or four times.
Okay, yeah, because I'll go off on tangents, so yeah, he can keep me controlled.
The proper answer to that is thank you for asking that question again.
No, she did a stream from the beach where she went on a tangent.
What was the tangent on that? I don't even remember.
Because I guess I shot too far, but the sun and on the beach, that's how you get tan.
Oh, boy.
Tangent.
Oh, but I'm a gentle woman, I guess. Yeah, that's good. That's good. I like that.
No,
I like that.
Cutting that out.
No, keep that in there. I was a tangent. Yes, tangenting on the beach. So anyway, schedule. I have come up with a schedule. I haven't posted it yet because I'm still trying to figure out what exactly I want on certain days. So I didn't want it to be just like gaming all the time because I found that I like to draw on my tablet. I like to write, which was new for me and very difficult. Like I was writing poetry live on stream, watching the moon. Eventually I will get a new telescope, but you can see the moon, the craters a lot better. Something I'm very interested in is astronomy. So I wanted my stream to be like a place of things I enjoy doing, in addition to what the typical streamer does, which is like play video games. So I want my stream to be a place where I can do things that I enjoy doing that maybe the audience doesn't get to see people doing very often. Like I've painted on stream. I even want to have a day, I'm thinking it's going to be Saturdays, where I kind of just, maybe I'll go out to the beach again and do a beach stream and get tangent, you know? Maybe I'll go shoot hoops. There was one time I was hitting balls off a tee for the stream, which was really fun.
Saw that one.
But you did? Oh, yeah. I remember
did,
you did.
yeah.
Yes, you were there. Yes, I do remember that. So I think that'll be on Saturdays. Sundays, I want to do something with like morning brew, like where I'm having my coffee in the morning and like I'm either doing art or maybe sitting out on my porch doing something like that. Mondays is always going to be the moon because I called that Moon and Music. And then Tuesdays, we just did this last night. I'm not sure how big of a hit it was, but
it was good. It was good.
You liked. Were you there for the end though?
I passed it at a certain point. I was there for a lot. She was reading the OK Gatsby last night.
The OK Gatsby.
Wasn't that it? And I had a question for you about that.
Yeah.
The chair you were sitting in, right? Was it a lit chair?
Oh my god! Yes, it was. It was very lit.
Okay.
It was a lit chair. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It was good. It was good.
I was sitting in the lit chair while I read the OK Gatsby. That's so funny.
Oh.
Oh yeah. On Tuesdays it's Nifty Nook, where we read a chapter or two from a book. Probably going to be one chapter because Great Gatsby is their chapters are long. So that's what the schedule's looking like. Times are kind of varying, but I want to try to do some like in the morning and some at night to kind of get a mixture of people. I think that'd be kind of cool to meet new people on Theta that I don't usually run into.
Right, sound busy. That's 4 days in a row. That's quite a bit.
I know, and I started trying to do that this week. Like last week was my last week of working. Like Thursday we had kids. Friday was a teacher work day where I had to just clean out my classroom basically. And then I started on Monday. And I streamed Monday, I streamed yesterday. Wednesday, I gave myself like a free day. So if I want to get on and play, I can. Or if not, it's fine. And same with Fridays. But my brain is still adjusting. It's crazy. I'm like sleeping super late. I never sleep late. I'm staying up. It's a mess. My body doesn't know what's going on.
So how did you get into Theta though?
Like the
how
streaming?
did you find Theta TV? Like how did you get into Theta crypto?
Well, I was actually friends with HGH. That's how I found out about Theta. And then when I started coming to the platform, that's kind of what hooked me in. And I knew about crypto before that. I still am super a newbie crypto person, but I've been learning a lot. Like people are super knowledgeable on Theta, and it's been cool to have conversations, and it feels okay to ask those questions that you don't feel comfortable asking because people are very receptive.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the one thing I've found about Theta, especially Twitter, I forgot how toxic Twitter was because Theta Twitter is so nice for the most part.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's pockets of hat wearing pineapples that give people a hard time. But for the most part, no, the people are all really cool. But one of the themes around here is apologies. So I just want to go on record on or about March 29th at 5:36 p.m. Sheriff Popper may or may not have posted a tweet announcing a purchase of a pine canister for Gooft. So I want to apologize for that. For getting out in front of that. That was back in those early, not early days, but those days where I was still scanning over that marketplace all the time and just so happened to see, I was like, oh, Gooft. And, if you had a different name on your account, I never would have known, but your name on your account was Gooft.
I'm a noob.
So, yes, I apologize for blowing your cover on March 29th prior to your ability to tweet that on your own.
I mean, honestly, I think it worked out the best that it could have worked out because it was funny to me. I wasn't offended. I wasn't like, oh my gosh, how could you have done that? I just felt welcomed immediately, which was super cool. I was like, my Twitter was blowing up left and right. I made a lot of good friends, like from that, within the pineapple community. So it was really cool. It's like a fanfare. It's like from Aladdin when he comes in, like with all the elephants and the monkeys and the dancing ladies. Like that was me.
That's awesome. Yeah,
So-
that it's funny because I did it and I didn't intend it to be like, stealing any thunder. And then after I was like, oh no, did I step on her toes? Like, cause I obviously at the time I didn't know you at all.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was funny because I was on my way back from Vegas. So that was,
Oh, nice.
it was the best because that's just like all desert. There's not really anything fun to look at. So I got to look at my phone the whole time. So it worked out. It was fun. So it's all good.
Very cool. And I did happen to notice that now there's no more canisters in your account, and you
There's
opened it.
not. I opened it.
And you actually got
You cut her. She's gone. She's gone. She says, Sheriff, I can't take listening to you. I gotta leave. Oh, hey, Goof.
Is that me? Is that just our connection?
No, I think that every 10 minutes or so, if your phone dims out, it kills the feed. It happened to me quite a few times.
Oh, I'm on my computer though.
Oh, you're on your computer? I have no answers for that.
It's okay. We can work with it. I've never used this website before. I never even heard of it. It's cool.
They were top rated from my extensive research.
Oh, I'm not questioning. No, you're good. You're good. That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant.
And I had a coupon.
Honestly, it might be something that I use with my students because I've been thinking about having them create a podcast. I don't know what about. It's just like a dream of mine to have them make a podcast about something they're interested in. So it might be something I use.
So we see a Magnum can do it.
Barely.
A Crow Magnum?
Oh,
that's is that like a Neanderthal joke?
Yeah.
Okay, or is it Neanderthal? See, I probably screwed it up.
It's a slap your knee Neanderthal joke.
My struggles with the English language continue.
It's all right. I struggle with the English language too, and I'm an English teacher. Hey, you will not believe. Teachers do not just retain everything in their brain. You have to study a little bit before lessons and freshen up your memories. I'm like, I can't remember this crap every single year, all year.
Is that why you give Twitter quizzes?
Oh, you know what? I haven't done one of those in a while. Those are fun, and I think it's just like a silly way for people to prove that they're smart. It just makes people feel good.
I've gotten some of those wrong. I have gotten some of those wrong.
I don't even look at the answers. I just know what I say has got to be right.
Magnum just follows his heart.
Yeah.
So, Goof, we mentioned teacher, and you just mentioned it. That we're doing a bunch of teacher mentioning. There was this video that you posted recently about a dance number.
Oh yeah.
At the school. How much time did that take you to do? That was amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, that was nerve-wracking. Oh man, I've never performed in front of that many people before, let alone dancing doing it. I would say, it was just a simple YouTube tutorial that I followed, and maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 2 or 3 days. Jeez. I would say, hardcore practicing, and then I would just run through it in my brain. And then I remember the day before, because we did it on a Friday, so that Thursday during lunch, I put, the NSYNC tutorial, or actually the song, on my big TV, my smart TV, and I was just practicing all lunch. I'm like, okay, yeah, let's do it. So, not too long, I guess 4 days.
Well, it was a lot more work than a lot of the other people put in, I'll say that.
Oh my gosh.
But It was amazing to see the juxtaposition of probably no work, and then the work that you put into it was great.
Yeah, I don't know how they could go up there in front of that many people not having practiced one bit. I was amazed.
Was that that one lady in the middle? I don't even know if she did anything.
She didn't. She's so sweet. She was.
She was.
Okay, So I started at that school late because I had the old school I worked at was a charter school, and like we'd get 2 weeks off for summer, barely any days off like traditional schools get. So I had applied and I started at this school a little bit later, I would say until like September. And that little old lady, she was my aide. She was like my teacher aide because she was just in that room. She's a very nice old British lady. And props
nice
to her. She's like 85 years old, going out there and at least moving a little bit.
Well, everyone in the stands they were chanting your name left and right.
So, another some of your other Twitter posts lately have been about you learning how to play the drums. Is that something new? Is that like how'd that start?
Yes, that is brand new. Like when the videos 1 through 30 was literally like the first day I started. I've played around on drums before, like maybe like 2 days of my entire life. Like I've sat behind them before, but like I legit was trying to learn. So my brain, like once it gets how to use like 2 different body parts at once, like playing the piano, you're doing 2 different rhythms. It was fighting me so hard trying to get my foot and my hands to work simultaneously. And the interesting thing, not to skip forward too much, but like I swapped the drums over to lefty because I'm left-handed. So I learned right-handed, and I was like, you know what? I think my left leg would be better, or my left foot, whatever, would be better with the bass drum. And it is like it's so much easier now that I've swapped over to lefty. But I just have to get my hands working now. So that's the only difference. But oh my gosh, it's so much fun.
So does it matter? Do you have a special drumstick for your left hand versus your right hand?
No, is that a thing?
It can't be. That can't be a thing.
You have to have the lefty drumsticks.
Oh, yeah, right? Yeah, it's true. It's true. I'm going to look into that now. I got to find some lefty drumsticks.
So basically what you're saying is you had to use your left foot more instead of your right foot for the percussion.
Yeah, it was just easier because I found that I would tell my right foot to do things and like it was either slow or it didn't want to do it. And it's like, come on, like it's in my brain.
So you're both left-handed and left-footed.
Apparently.
Okay. Well, I mean, did you ever play kickball growing up?
Oh, heck yeah. I
Play
was on the
soccer?
kickball field every day.
Did you kick with your left foot or your right foot?
I want to say I switched. I was a switch kicker. I think it felt more comfortable with my left foot, but I had learned with my right foot, if that makes sense. So my guess is I probably learned when I was like at daycare or something, or when I was young at recess, and I probably learned from a right-handed person. They probably kicked with their right hand, is my guess.
So you're ambidextrous with your feet.
There's got to be a word for that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Whatever that word is.
Yes. I do remember, not to analyze my elementary school years, but I think I was like in 5th grade, I was rounding second because growing up, I was a tomboy. Like I was like the only girl playing kickball or basketball or dodgeball, whatever, and fell on my back and was super muddy and had to go to the office. I was so embarrassed. I had to change into those ugly school clothes that they give you. Oh man. Kickball memories.
Am I right?
Mm-hmm. We all been there, right?
Been there plenty of times. Swimming in the mud. No question about it.
So Gooft, you've got to be approaching 300 followers or subs on Theta TV, correct? Do we know how close we are?
I think I'm about maybe 60, 65 off.
So can you let everyone know out there, because we have about 3 people that listen, and maybe some of them don't sub you. What's going to happen if you get 300 subs?
Well, when I get 300 subs on Theta TV, I'm going to do a live drum stream.
Yes.
Ah! And all the drums are going to be mic'd up. So like if I screw up, you'll be able to hear it. Woohoo!
We need this to happen.
Okay, I have a question for you guys. Well, it's not a question. It's like a game, I guess. If you had to guess what kind of music I like to drum to most, what would you guess it is?
Like genre?
Yeah. Everyone just throw a random song out there. I want to see what kind of drumming vibe I give off.
Wow, I was not prepared for this.
No.
Oh, it's okay. You don't have to answer that.
Think of something first, Popper.
I'm
and
gonna
then
go
I'll...
with like, I don't know, 80s.
80s. Oh,
Okay.
we both said it.
I've tried drumming to like 80s classic rock, some 70s classic rock, and it's really hard for me I found to follow the drum beats like in the song. I do much better when I can kind of make up my own beat, I guess, that goes with the rhythm. So that's something I've been working on. But the reason why I asked that, it was just basically a selfish way for me to segue into this. So I'm sorry for putting you guys on the spot.
No, it's all good.
But it's going to sound super nerdy probably, but I recently watched Hamilton, which is that Broadway, the musical, and fell in love with the music. So I drummed to that. I drummed to Hamilton.
Jeez.
No kidding.
No kidding. No kidding. I drummed to it so hard. I get so into it because I love it so much. I love all of those like collaborative art projects, like videos or drawings, paintings, whatever it is. I love them. Even the memes. It's just like with people's faces splattered. You know, there's the picture splattered over other people. It's just funny. It's entertaining.
Well, we are in the midst of the meme master.
Where is
Magnum.
it? Me.
Magnum, the meme master. Triple M.
Yes.
But anyway, we cut off because you brought up the pine container. Never got to that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Right. Because I was
Magnum
saying
tried
that...
outing me. By the way, he tried, but he did not have your clout apparently.
Well, ooh.
So can I call timeout right now? I know it's my show, but you're the guest, so you can tell me I can't take timeout. But just let me say, one, when Sheriff was doxing your pine, I sent him a message offline. I say, hey, you can't do that. That's her news to share. That's like that's her news, and you're blowing it up. And I think he realized he was wrong. Now flash forward.
And now I've apologized.
And I do appreciate you having my back without having known me. That
shows
a lot of character, Magnum. That shows a lot of character. Thank you.
Yeah. I know. I don't know if you heard any of the other episodes. I also went into how humble I am. So I'm with you.
You're the most humble. The most.
Right? So humble. You've been holding on to this container for a while, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's been a long time. I can't hold them for more than like 30 seconds. Once it's available for me to open is the quickest I can hold it. Yeah, so I noticed one day I'm going through the Pine news like everyone does, right? I assume. And I see this Pine minted and I'm like, where did this one come from? And then I go and I look and it was yours. So I posted a GIF. Somebody opened like a can of beans or something. I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
And I didn't say anything. I just posted that. I don't know if I had any words or anything with that.
No, it was just that. It made me laugh when I saw it. I was like, oh my.
And you said, don't say anything about it or something like that.
I think I DM'd you. I was like, shush.
Yes.
I'm not trying to have another like situation like before.
Yeah, with like Popper. Right. I guess if he apologized, I think that'd be a half apology for me because I did way less damage on that one.
Yeah, but the intent, that's what we have to focus on is the intent. What was your intent, Magnum?
The intent was to let you know that I knew that you knew that I knew that you opened it up.
That's
without
fair.
like blowing it up. Someone's saying, oh, Magnum's posting somebody opened a can of beans on Goof's Twitter page. It must be a Tuesday, right?
Right.
Like no one's going to think anything of that. But you knew.
We always post beans on Tuesdays.
Just like on your stream. Check out Goof's stream on Tuesdays where she opens up a can of beans.
Yep.
And reads
the pop top. Should I get the pop top beans or the can opener beans?
Can opener memes.
Okay.
And then she reads a little passage from The OK Gatsby.
The OK Gatsby. The kind of all right Gatsby.
It's all right. It's all right.
But yeah, anyway. So, yes, I opened the pine. I was like, well, at this point, either I'm going to have like something amazing in here or it's just going to be a basic one and it's going to be fine either way. But maybe it'll be something really good, and I could flip it really quick.
And this is when Key Fuel was at what? More than it is now.
Yeah, for sure.
But honestly, I opened it. I was like, okay, it's nothing special. I was like, I'm just gonna sit on it and not even worry about it. I don't even know. It had a silencer on it.
It was a PPK. It wasn't a Beretta, which I can't even tell the difference.
Yeah, you guys can tell me. You can tell me about my pine.
It was
emerald background, cross earring.
It was this dynamic pine is a turn of the century piece from the Gooft collection.
It's actually got a prop that I don't have and an accessory that I don't have.
It has an accessory, so it wasn't a floor. It's not like what I opened. You
guys made me feel better. Thank you.
You ran the gambit. You got every category. You had something.
Whew, I can wipe that bead of sweat off my forehead now.
Yeah, you split the middle.
Mm-hmm.
In that other pine that you have,
zebra.
That's a pretty rare torso that you got there.
I love opiney, stretch opiney.
Stretch opiney.
She had to look that name up last night.
I did have to look it up.
She forgot.
I forgot my child's name. Don't come for me.
Well, it's kind of sad that you kind of didn't join the Pine game until after Pine Madness was like into its second or third round. So I'm just curious, can you give us some lore for Stretch Opiney? Did I get that right?
Stretch Opiney off the rip? Lore off the rip?
Yeah. English teacher, you got this.
I wanted him to be like a fighting Irish kind of pine, Like he goes into a pub looking for the biggest, baddest guy beneath him because he's the biggest, baddest guy. And then he's just going to say something super offensive to him and just start wailing on him.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of the route I was going.
Yeah, and I think you were telling me also he drinks a little too much, and when he gets a little bit too much of the whiskey, he puts on the boxing gloves and he boxes a kangaroo, right?
Yeah, that's his favorite pastime. Yeah, those things are beefy.
Oh my god,
those kangaroos, man!
They're all muscles. They're jacked.
Mm-hmm. I know, kangaroo jack. Am I right?
Touche.
But yeah, that's the story of the pine, the opened pine container.
So now I think the most important question that you're going to have to answer all night is, if you had come into Pine Madness on time, would you have been Team Popper or Team Magnum?
A great question. This is what we want. Go ahead.
This is what the people want to hear.
Yeah, I want to hear. Yes, of course, unless she doesn't say me, but go ahead.
Well, can I get another pitch?
From who?
From either one, both of you?
Oh, now we have to sell you on who you would have.
Magnum, why don't you pitch it, and then that'll just be my pitch too. Whatever you say works for me.
So my pitch is clearly Gooft went to me, the meme master, the rhyme master. We won the whole Pine Madness. We ran that show. I would argue, if Gooft was in there with zebra torso with a lollipop, I think I probably would have lost. For being honest.
Okay.
So you would have fattened. Is that fattened well? Wait, how
fared?
Fared.
I would have fared well. Fared well.
Fared well.
Yes.
Like a ne'er-do-well, right?
Yeah, kind of. Okay.
I'm surprised there was no mention of the pun master. I mean, you guys seem to be on the common ground here with the puns.
Yeah, that's very true. Didn't we rap? Remember our rap that we made? Wasn't that us?
It was a good rap
together.
Yeah.
She would have been.
Okay, I gotta be Team Magnum.
See?
Sorry, Popper. I'm sorry. Nothing personal. It's all business now. Me.
There's the tagline right there.
I'm gonna have trouble sleeping tonight.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like I said, it's all good.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Hey, listen, you pick the winning side. I can't fault you for that.
He also went
round one.
And he also went as far as to pitch me, and you just wanted to ride his coattails. I mean,
well, I thought his pitch was going to be so bad that you would just come on my team. That was my pitch.
Oh, you're gonna say opposite.
I failed. I didn't learn my lesson from him learning his lesson, and I just learned my lesson.
Learning the lesson from others is, if you can get away with that.
Yeah. Amazing. That doesn't surprise me at all.
If that makes sense.
I think that there is a real opportunity for someone with creative writing ability to just come in and make like some kind of parody about pineapples. I mean, we've got all of the you got all these different pineapples already that seem to have their own identity, and especially with Pine Madness. So, it was, I don't have that ability, but I could totally see it as like being like a comic book, kind of characters and things like that of that nature. I've thought of that before, but I just,
That
I
would
don't
be
really
so
have that
awesome.
ability.
Because like the Pine Madness, just reading all the different, the pieces of lore that people came up with, it's awesome. And I love that that's what I loved about Pine Madness, why I was so upset I wasn't able to get into it.
I don't even remember how that kind of came about, but it was neat reading some of these. Some of them were terrible. Some people didn't even.
Welcome to teaching.
Yeah, exactly right. We put the rules out there, and it's like, oh, do this and this, and then some people are just like, here's my pineapple picture. It's like, dude, like, what's the point of that? Oh, can I enter this one too? And it's like, that's the entry.
Yep.
And then
Sounds
other
about
people
right.
put like a whole bunch of thought into it and really, ran away with it. So, and some of us got bounced in the first round. Yeah.
So sweet of you to remind everyone. But that's, I mean, am I okay to talk about Mystic Gurus a little bit?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's something that I really appreciated about that project is like all the lore that's attached to it. Like that's what really drew me, and I love story. Like the best way to get to me is through a good story. Like one that you can get my creative mind pumping. Because that's what's really going to draw me in. That's what, like, every single guru that's out there has like a little piece of lore attached to it with a name, with like their reputation, the land of Montevera, all that kind of stuff. It's really interesting. So that's what really drew me in to that project. This, like, in a very similar way what the Pine Madness did, because like one of the big reasons why I actually bought a pine container was because I saw the community on Twitter. I was like, this seems like fun, like, you know what I mean? And that's kind of what made me start looking into it. Yeah, for real. I'm like, what is this all about? So I won't even lie, like that's really something that piqued my interest.
That's high praise, Magnum.
Of course, we did that.
You guys did that.
That's awesome. No, that is really cool, honestly. And it's. I'm glad that you made that decision and joined the party.
I am too.
Yeah, we don't know where this is going, but yeah.
Me neither. It's okay though.
whatever I say, I speak for Magnum as well. So it's both of us.
Okay.
We actually have this ability to both speak through me at the same time. It's crazy.
That's amazing.
We like to chip in too, like on the holidays, and he usually gives a gift, and that's from both of us.
Oh, smart. Run the coattails back. You gotta do it.
Didn't I though? Didn't I?
Well, his famous thing is like, I'll say happy birthday to somebody, and then he'll just be like, that's from both of us.
Oh my. Aren't you just the best, Magnum?
I've actually stolen that because I think it's pretty funny. Well, Gooft, we really appreciate you coming on and just joining us for some fun here. It was great to get to know you a little bit better, and we had a good time. I hope you did too.
Oh, I had a great time. I'm really excited that you guys are doing this, and you're stepping out of, I don't know if it's like a comfort zone or out of your comfort zone. Have you guys done podcasts before?
Never. No.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You can't tell.
I think you guys are great. You guys are great. I love that you're doing it because it's not easy. You're putting yourselves out there. Like you continue to put yourselves out there. So I'm actually like very grateful that you asked me to be on your show.
Oh, well, we're definitely grateful to have you.
As she's giving us a compliment, a much needed compliment, she disappears again. That's the way to leave you wanting more.
She dropped the mic.
Anyway, yes, I'm glad I get to talk to you, voice over voice as opposed to having to do it over Twitter. It's been really nice.
Absolutely. Well.
Yep. Thanks for having me. It was fun.
Very cool. Well,
thanks, Goof.
I hope to see you on when are you streaming next?
I'll be streaming tomorrow, Saturday, Sunday.
Tomorrow at night during the day.
It would be early afternoon to late afternoon, somewhere after 12 my time, Pacific Standard.
Thank you so much, Goof.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
This was awesome.
Of course. Alrighty. Bye. Bye.
Have a good night.
All right, take care.
Take
Bye.
care.
Papa Max Podcast.
You have been listening to the Pops and Mags Pinecast. Music provided by Sushi Cat. Like what you hear? Send that cat a treat at feedthecat.theta. Pops and Mags is a scumbag hat production in association with Kyle's Hot Tub.